turabasuhuje mwese muteze amatwi icyegeranyo cyacu kivuga ku kigo cy'amashuri cya Gabiro High School. Murakaza neza muri Sanga. Gabiro High School ni ikigo kimaze imyaka isaga 23 gifunguye amarembo yacyo. Mu by'ukuri wavuga ko kimaze kuba ubukombe ntiyababeshye. Iyo ukinjira mu kigo wakirwa n'akayaga kameze neza n'amahumbezi cyane akururwa n'ibiti byiza n'indabyo zitatse hose mu kigo. Muri ubwo busitani bw'akataraboneka uzahasanga abanyeshuri ndetse n'abarimu bahatembera cyane iyo barimo kuruhuka. Ikigo cyaranzwe ahanini n'ubushobozi mu myigire no mu myigishirize birangajwe imbere n'abarimu beza ndetse n'ubuyobozi busobanutse.
Nitwa Gatete John, ni umuyobozi w'ikigo cy'amashuri yisumbuye cya Gabiro High School Kabarore. Gabiro High School Kabarore ni ikigo cy'amashuri yisumbuye kigenga, kigengwa n'umuryango nyarwanda utari uwa leta OPEGA, mu mpine mu magambo arambuye ni Parents Organization for the Promotion of Education in Gatsibo. Kikaba gifite ibyiciro byombi, icyiciro rusange O level n'icyiciro cy'amashuri yisumbuye cya kabiri A level. Kaba dufite combination eshatu, rizo HEG, MEG na MCE, ndetse uyu mwaka utangiye twongeyeho irindi shami rimwe rya siyansi rya PCB. Buri mwaka niko dutsindisha abana ku buryo bwiza muri ibyo byiciro byose no mu mashami yose. Impini ya hafi nafata urugero rw'uyu mwaka ushize, aho mu cyiciro rusange tronkome abanyeshuri bacu batsinze ku kigero cya 98.9%. ni ukuvuga yuko hafi ya bose batsinze. Abarenga 140 bahamagawe mu bigo bya leta bya boarding, abandi bahamagawe mu bigo bya Trovia Basic Education hirya no hino aho baturuka. Icyo ni kimwe kigaragaza ko ikigo cyacu gikora neza. Tukaba rero dufite intumbero yuko tugomba gukora birengejeho, yuko nibura ikigo cyacu cyaba mu bigo byiza bya mbere mu gihugu. Ibyo kugira ngo tubigereho hari ibyo twashyize ku murongo bizadufasha kuri iyo ntumbero yacu, kugira abarimu beza bafite ubumenyi, kugira ibikoresho byifashishwa mu kwiga no kwigisha nka library ifite ibitabo byose, laboratory na computer labs zihagije ku buryo abana bamenya neza ikoranabuhanga.
Reka tubatambagize mu mashuri nyihera ijisho murebe uko imyigire iteye muri Gabiro High School. Ubu ni umwarimu wigisha amateka n'ubumenyi bw'isi mu mwaka wa 5 mu kigo cya Gabiro High School. Abanyeshuri amasomo yose bayiga bakoresheje ururimi rw'icyongereza.
Approximate volume and accurate volume.
Ibi nta mbogamizi bibatera kuko baba barabitojwe bihagije na za nzobere z'urwo rurimi twababwiye. High School kandi yafashe umurongo n'icyemezo ndakuka cyo kwimakaza amasomo ya siyansi.
And these ones they represent what? Hydrogen what? Hydrogen atoms.
Isa kwigana hasaba abana bacu ko bagira ubumenyi buhagije muri siyansi. Muri Gabiro High School rero dufite inzu kabuhariwe mu kubika ibikoresho bya siyansi ndetse n'abarimu babitojwe ku rwego rwo hejuru. tukaba tudashidikanya ko umwana uzarangiza kwiga hano azitwara neza mu ruhando rw'abahanga muri siyansi hano mu Rwanda ndetse no ku isi yose. Ubu murumva ko isi yacu yabaye umudugudu kandi nta kindi cyabiteye ni ikoranabuhanga. Abanyeshuri ba Gabiro High School baza ku isonga mu gukoresha za mudasobwa.
So we are now done with removing the processor folder. So we remove the motherboard now. This is our computer Gatsibo. So here they are now. So we're done with this altogether. So we're going to begin with just putting there these cables. You mount their motherboard. After mounting the motherboard, you put it there. Altogether. While they are small, they are round. Then you're going to go up. So
she's putting back the pieces of the motherboard so that it will be like it was before we are assembling the desktop computer. Now she's going to put back the cover. CPU cover. And then the next side she's going to put the lamp.
You see that yours a program of what? Factorial of any number. You see that yours a program used in C++.
Here we have a software called Packet Tracer, which is responsible for configuring a router to the machines like PC and laptops. So here we are going to first configure the routers to the personal computers. Okay, let's use a laptop. Okay, first bring the two laptops, and you have to go to the search of the wireless router. Search for a wireless router. Now the two computers are connected to the router, and we are going to configure our router. Maybe you can choose like from one computer to 50 computers. You just choose the number of people or computers which are going to be connected on your network. Maybe 1 to 50, and then you have to save the settings. Maybe 50 meters, and those are people from that range are going to be connected. So 15 kilometers are not going to be connected. So that's how they configure the router to the computers.
Ntabwo bigarukiraho kuko dufite n'abigishami rya MCE rikanika mudasobwa iyo zagize ikibazo.
It's already assembled, so we're going to cover it with the top cover. Connect the telephone devices on the power. So we're going to be.
You bring the power supply cable.
Silent, please.
This one, we have already connected the monitor to the desktop here. This is the VGA board, rather VGA connector. So what's next? We connect the keyboard to the monitor.
After assembling our desktop computer, and again we have assembled our desktop computer. After moving all external and internal parts of the computer, we have already now rebuilt our computer. It is now operating. After just removing a RAM, removing the CMOS, removing a motherboard, leaving a power supply, it is now our complete computer working. That's all right. This one marks the end of the lesson. Assembling and disassembling of the desktop computer.
isoko ry'umurimo nta kizabagora ahubwo abakoresha bazabasamira hejuru utirengagije yuko bashoboye no kwihangira umurimo mu rwego rwo gutyaza no gukoresha ururimi rw'icyongereza abanyeshuri bagira ibiganiro mpaka ku buryo buhoraho.
Father, we thank you for the mighty name of Jesus. We are here purposely for the event. Father, be with us in each and everything. Let your Holy Spirit guide us. Guide the main speakers, the speaker, that each and every person is going to take part in this event. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Africa has gained her full independence. Africa has gained her full independence. So we have two different sides. One is opposition side, another one is proposition side. So we have the proposers as I'm going to recognize their presence. When I talk of your name, just stand up and wait for the people as honorable today. One is Honorable Gabiro High. Another one is Honorable Influence of Me. Another one is Honorable David. We have Honorable Gloria on the opposition side. Another one is Honorable Tesjoli, also on the opposition side. The fourth speaker is Honorable Shafi on the proposition side. So, without consuming much of the time, allow me to welcome the first proposer, who is Honorable Gabiro High.
As proposers plus the House is lighter. As today's motion is that this House believes that Africa has gained its full independence, I propose the motion. Because as you see, Africa, it has got its own companies, that it has started making its own goods, its own industries. It has started to produce its own products. It has helped. And it has helped itself to come out of the colonization that now it's fully independent. My second view states that Africa is now independent, that now even Africans can make a song, then after you will hear it, like when an American, when he knows it. So that's also an improvement for Africa. And my third view states that Africa has also improved on its well-being of people. I give an example of Rwanda. Now Rwanda has a satellite. In COVID-19 pandemic, it used to serve its people with food. All those things were not from outside countries, but it was Rwanda itself helping itself because it is independent. Thank you, Chairperson, proposers plus the House at large.
Thank you so much, Honorable Gabiro High. He has been the first speaker. When you see our motion is unbalanced, if we can close from here, our motion remains unbalanced. So allow me to welcome the first speaker from the opposition side to balance the motion, with none other than Honorable Tesjoli. You're most welcome.
I'm mainly here to oppose the motion of today, which is clearly stated that this House believes that Africans has free independence. For real, first of all, let me first explain the motion of today. We all know that independence is the state of being independent as Africans. But for real, though we have those days of independence, but for real, we are not independent right now. Before I say any of the reasons, you can also think about that. If you ask Baba by this time, she can tell you that for real we are not independent, just because of the following reasons. Africans, the way we use our leisure, the way we enjoy our leisure, that's the point. There is a match between Nigeria and Uganda, and a match between maybe German and Qatar. How many of you can watch the movie of Nigeria and Uganda? None of you. All of you, you have to watch the movie or the match of the European countries. That means we are still colonized by them. Another thing is on the movies. We prefer watching European or white movies than African movies, right? Including the dollars, they are the ones which are used to determine our African currencies. For example, if you see the value of European currencies like the dollar and whatever, their currency, it has a higher value than the Rwandan shilling or the Rwandan franc or the Ugandan shilling, right? We all know that. That means we are not fully independent. The second issue is decision making. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Another group is ready for arguments against the motion. Now our motion is not balanced also. If we heard from the last speaker was saying that we oppose the motion, but we still have more speakers. Allow me to welcome the second speaker from the opposition side, who is none other than Honorable Ifra. You are most welcome.
Secretary and both chambers of both proposers and proposers and my dear travelers. Good afternoon. The motion of today is that this House believes that Africa has gained her full independence. For me, I agree with that 100% because of the following reasons. Allow me to first state out of time citing my points. The first point is self-rule. Next point is international export. Another one is democracy. Another one is economic independence. Another one is national anthem. My first view is self-rule. Ancient days, we were ruled by colonial masters who were not from our country, but today we have our own leaders, whereby we say that there is a democracy, whereby we vote them. They no longer enter in our country and rule us like the way they want. We have our national identity cards, whereby we can know someone, a citizen, a person who belongs in that country. So, what shows that we are independent? I heard them saying that for us we no longer depend on other countries. We Africans, like we have our name in Rwanda, whereby we make our own things. Let me talk about Uganda. We have
there is a point of information imposed on minorities granted.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I would like to inform the main speaker that though in business you're saying that you have your leaders and whatever, so by that time we also had those leaders. But the Europeans could just put them there to show the citizens that they have leaders. They just go in electing through those citizens, through those leaders, by the way. That's why, like, they are in Tanzania. They just put there those leaders, just pretend those chiefs and whatever. And even at this time, I would like to inform you that though there are those leaders, but I'll give you a very clear example like you said.
What is the
Point of settlement, not to grant it.
Yes, and I'm going to give you, because it is first minutes, to allow me to first minutes, I will answer the questions so that I can manage my time. So, there is self-rule. What I was doing, we have our own leaders and we have parliament. There is introduction of, after those colonial masters to come in our country. We had no parliament. We couldn't speak out. There is this thing which came of chess. Many of you don't know where chess came from. I just see many pastors and they say that chess, it is for pagans. It is not for pagans. Chess came, those ancient days, Africans were colonized by those people, they wouldn't, like let me say that me and another person, when we came from the same place, we Africans, they would, one colonial master will take you and another take you, and you become separated. So the moment you will meet,
There is a point of information imposed on you and it is granted.
Okay, now using chains here. And we know that.
So I didn't say that in ancient days they used the chains. I wanted to explain where the word chains came from.
Yeah, but they are still using it.
So when we use this Rwandans, we remember about what happened in 1994. So are we still in that genocide?
Yeah, we are still in genocide.
We remember where we came from in order to develop.
That is culture. Remember it is culture. It's a culture. If it was not a culture, it would not be done by us. So it is done.
For me, I'm a Rwandan, but I don't know that in culture.
For your information,
culture of genocide.
No, for your information.
Remember genocide. To kill each other.
Excuse me,
Honorable. Remember, it is justified.
Excuse me, Speaker. Honorable, if I can proceed.
Yes. The one chains come from those ancient days. They will use us, and let me tell you, if there is no independence, it's where a person uses you to do something, and you gain, and you lose. You gain nothing. So that means there are chains. They will use us, and you go there and work for them, and you find people. When they work for them without gain, after, even we find that in their hands, they can't greet each other because of wounds or what. If they meet, they will say that chains. Chains, it is the word of, it is an English word, whereby they say that chains, it is a chance again to meet again as Africans. Remember, it is not doing something. It is remembering where it came from and developed. In Rwanda, we had the genocide in 1994. So, that genocide, we are not still in genocide.
Do you remember that you were asked a question that you didn't answer and it is almost your time?
May them repeat that question.
Leaders.
Yes.
But by then they also had the leaders.
Yes.
Just they are saying that these are the chiefs, these are the kings. But then they are just controlled by the elections. This is indirect. The thing is indirect, but they are still commencing us. So just convince me how you have leaders, yet they are even not independent in whatever they do.
May I is that time our leaders were lazy. Being lazy, it is, let me say, a person who doesn't know anything. They were not educated. But today our president is educated. Whereby you can tell someone to do something wrong and they say that no. Those American, those colonial masters tell our president to bring here to make their made in Iran. It is impossible. No one who can tell you to develop yourself. So we have infrastructure, we have our things. So let me tell you this. You are on, what I'm requesting you is, allow me to, I'm requesting you like 1 minute. And change your seat and sit there because of this reason. Our president, they are fighting. Nyerere fought for independence of Kenya. Kulumba fought for independence. And also Nelson Mandela fought for independence. But after seeing that, you are fighting. Do you know what killed the last president of Libya? It is people who are like you, who are seeing the things and say that the things we are not against them.
So before we proceed, the audience, you're requested to always clap hands for the people who are students.
Thank you very much. The two competing chambers, plus my fellow academic chapters. I have stood here leading to oppose the motion. 99% wrong because of my following points. Africa is not independent because Africans demand military support from European countries. When I talk of this, I mean, take an example, we have the security organization, which is called the UN, and that security organization is found in the United States of America. That security organization is mainly controlled by the whites. So I would like to inform you that when a war takes place in Africa, that United Nations organization from European countries, United States of America, it comes and settles disputes in Africa. So that is also part of colonization. My second point is about culture. When I talk of culture, I mean the language, I mean dressing codes, I mean even the way of usually. When I talk of language,
information.
I mean English
Information from the audience.
Mr. Chairperson, I wanted to inform the current speaker that UN doesn't show that Africa is not independent. It is UN as you say. United Nations is not united. It is united among all nations around the world, even including African nations and European nations. So that will not mean that we are not independent. Africa is independent.
Thank you, sir. On the colonies, it used indirect rule. And that indirect rule was represented by African kings and chiefs. So that one, being led by your African kings and chiefs, wouldn't stop the British to control you. So it was colonization, but indirectly. This is also colonization. My second view about culture. You know, we use English language, and this English language was established by the Europeans. When they established this English language, it was maybe an official language in Africa. A question goes to the proposition side. Why don't we use our own language as Kinyarwanda in offices instead of using French, English, and Swahili? The third bit, it states that overall discrimination. So when I talk of overall discrimination, it means that all Africans, it's like they are discriminated under Europeans. When I talk of this, take an example of football players. The football players in England, maybe we have those ones like Paul Pogba who are Africans. These football players,
Honorable Council, there is a point of information being imposed on you and it is granted.
Thank you. I have this question for you. Do you know DRC? DRC is among the countries of Africa, is among in one of the countries of Africa. So, in DRC, there was soldiers of UN, and the president of DRC, if you had that news, for me I know, the president chased them away from his country. So, when someone is not independent, that's where, when they're not independent, it's where people decide what to be done. And the president is still alive, and the people are still alive. So that means Africans, even we don't depend on them. If it was dependent on them, are you hearing people in the desk that they are not?
I would like to inform you that if you are not dependent on those European countries, first of all, stand up on your two legs and tell me any company in Africa that manufactures guns.
Thank you so much, Honorable Councilman. These are two babies fighting for a cake, and there is no one who has won a cake. Allow me to welcome another speaker from opposition side, who is none other than Honorable C.J. William.
And of course, as you see, compared to the last years, though we are not born as we are in history, we can now have independence. Those are the following views. The first view, we now have clothes that are made in Rwanda. Take the examples of these clothes. I think you normally see our little teacher put on made in Rwanda, and he usually looks very smart. Another thing is that I think to people who take history know that during 1916, when the Belgians had colonized Rwanda, there was introduction of identity cards according to the number of cows that you have. The person who would have more than 10 cows, that person would be registered at Tutsi. And the person who would have less than 10 cows, that very person would be registered at Hutu. And the one who would survive because of poverty would be registered at Kwa. But for now, as Rwandans, we all have national identity cards that show that we are all Rwandans and very equal. As you see today, we all are all equal. We do plan this, that when we are all working as a family. I think the act has even started in the high school. So I would like to inform the proposers that we now have our independence. You will instead come and join us. Thank you, Madam.
The current speaker by saying that when you are just talking about made in Rwanda, but that made in Rwanda, yes, I agree that it is made in Rwanda, but we know that the cloth, just one cloth, is made up of the same, and in Africa we don't have any company that manufactures they have to import threads from Europe in order to manufacture made in Rwanda in our home.
Thank you.
Yes, and it is granted. As Madam Honorable Singh can have your seat.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker. Defend my colleague by saying that as the reason as why Africans were independent. Okay, we don't have maybe have those machines which can help us maybe in the formation of the flags. But the reason as why we are independent, we can assemble those things. Are you getting me? We are capable of assembling them. Could we have been still depending on those Europeans? We would be still waiting for them to come and they even assemble for us those president.
I'm here to propose this motion which states that African countries have already gained their full independence. For me, I don't agree with this motion. For you, you are saying that African countries have got their own independence because there's something which is behind your eyes you are not seeing. African countries have got their own independence in own right, national anthem, in own right, boundaries, and on small extent political. But in terms of economical, technological, and ecological, we are still dancing the tunes of our colonial masters. African countries, they now still depending on all things which have been introduced by the European countries because of the economic views. First thing, it is foreign aid. African countries, we are always crying, demanding for the foreign aid from our colonial masters. And after giving us those donations and loans, they instruct us, the economic sector, we should invest that loans. But most of the time, they instruct us to invest in agricultural sector. Most of the time, we get our leaders saying that you invest in agriculture, but the main purpose of profession is not granted. But the main purpose is to invest in agriculture so that we can get output. Those crops as raw materials for the industries of our colonial masters. The second is this foreign use or need of foreign expatriate. Most of the times, African countries are saying
Honorable Iraqwa Shafi, there is an information being imposed on you and it is granted.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I want to remind you this. We argue ancient days we were colonized by those people and it was because of laziness. But now we are educated. Do you know what those people here from their countries to our country? It is because of our economic resources. Let me talk about dialogue. There is different things that they are using to make those things. But today, we are educated, we use our own economic materials to make our own things that people can see. like how we see our country, how it is developed, made in Rwanda, materials that we use, they are our materials, made things that we use, they are ours. So, what I want to inform you, we accept Asian days to us there, but today we are full independent, we depend on each other in Africa, but we don't depend on each other outside the country.
Let me ask you this way. For you, you are not seeing. The only thing which is changing, it is the form of colonization. They have changed from the colonization, they are now in what we call neo-colonialism. Okay? This is why I said that our Europeans, they left African countries using French dollars, but they come back using big bag dollars. Research of multinational companies. For example, let's take these Coca-Cola companies and other companies. These companies, they are companies from those colonial masters. They come here in African countries for telling that we are increasing our economy through attractive investment. By this end up by profit repatriation, which is exploitative for African countries. Another one is positive of coup d'etat, where many coup d'etats took place in African countries, they are managed by our colonial masters. Another one is manufacturing terms of trade, where African countries, they are always export cash crops and other materials, and even the price is managed by our colonial masters. Presence of what is central like in Kenya and South Africa, where they influence and they own too much wealth of African countries. Another one is the training of African cadres. What we're saying is that now we have a greatest leader.
Okay, thank you so much for that good elaboration for everybody against the motion of today. Our motion is not yet balanced. Babies are still fighting for their cake. Allow me to welcome another speaker from this side, who is none other than Honorable Mwalide Sotra.
The chairperson of today's debate, the judging table, pursue the conflicting service, without forgetting the beloved fruits of Adam and Eve. So, I'm here to propose the motion. That is my first reason why I'm here. The second, in that way, that's when I will open the eyes of the proposer so that we can move in a straight line. So, my first view states that for sure, Africa, we are economically independent, politically, and socially. I will start with economic issues. If you see, the reason why I'm saying that we are economically independent. These days, there are what we call trade unions.
There is a point of inquiry being imposed on you, and it is granted, not exceeding a minute.
Thank you very much. I would like to inquire from Mr. David from the proposition side. The reason why, if we are economically independent, state the reason why every African currency is considered or converted into dollars. Thank you.
First, your answer. Don't jump into a moving bicycle. You want to start to ride a bicycle and you are passing through the so first question I explained, now you are asking me to even explain. So the reason why, keep quiet together and check out. The reason why, you see, when the colonials became, the first thing, they abolished trade unions. Why? Because Africa, these trade unions, they increase unity among Africans.
That's why they abolished. But now they are there. You can find the country in almost like 3 trading unions. Do you accept that? So I continue by saying we are economically independent, politically independent. This is where there is democracy. Every after 5 years, they choose a new president. That is one sign of democracy. And there is freedom of speech. There is freedom of speech because even these days you can stand up, tell the president that the things you are doing they are not correct, and that is your right. You are not. They cannot punish you for that. And another thing about freedom. You remember the other day, mostly in Tanzania, the Tanzanians were not allowed to grow cash crops for their own. They could grow them, but after hand over those cash crops to the colonialists. But these days, you find Africans, and Africa has a plantation of coffee. After the products and whatever we sell and we earn his money. Could you please be kind of give me 1 minute and I finish?
Because we can't, the state will come with a point of information because we want to be informed so that we can open our eyes. Honorable Gatsibo will come with the information as I'm standing.
Thank you.
I'm here to oppose the motion being already stated because of my following views. The first is the policy of English speaking in African countries. This policy is highly imposed on African countries. And why are we speaking English, not speaking our language? That means we are also still colonized and not yet got full independence. The second is
point of information, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Bruno, there is a point of information being raised and granted.
Okay, Honorable, by saying that the reason as to why we do speak English is because of globalization. Because you know, it's because of globalization. Excuse me, I was still informing you. I'm informing you, not answering. I was telling you the reason as to why we do use English is because of globalization. Because we do believe that though they are European countries, but we are in one village.
so why can't we use our language and also be globalized, not using that English and be globalized? The second is trade promotion. So now we are seeing that we are still using those products written made in China, made in US, even though we are using made in Rwanda, but it's not just us, we are using those products from outside European countries. The third is training of African cadres. The exact, how can I say it? The exact ability to fight against or be a soldier who is really trained. So those European countries, if they don't train our cadres, they don't get that ability. So that also shows that we're not fully independent. So the opposers, can you please come and go in the same side? Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
A point of information from Honorable Infla. As I'm standing, you won't come with your information.
Yes, in our countries we see made in their country, but not because they are not satisfied with what we have in Africa. As you see them importing their goods here. That's how we export also our goods. If you see made in America, in this Rwanda, that means I'm still answering you, I'm still telling you, please. As you see made in America in this country, it's how also Americans see that made in Rwanda in their country. What I want to inform you, even those people who use made in their countries, that means they are unsatisfied people like you. And in Africa, we have a problem of people who are like you people opposers, who are not satisfied, yet we have some things which satisfy our wants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Infra. Now our debate has come to an end. Babies have been fighting for a cake, but there is a person who has been watching who will give us the end results. A person who has won the cake. Either it is the baby from the opposer side or from the proposer side. He can give us the final results of the people who have won the cake. Mr. Judge, you most welcome.
Proposers, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, I salute you. So I've been watching from a side, and I was judging the following points: the stage use, language use, smartness, content. There were 4 points that we have been considering. So proposer says, and proposer said, the proposal said have tried and scored 64 out of 80. Have scored 67 out of 80, which means that the cake can be taken to the opposers.
Thank you so much, our judge of today. I think he has judged well according to his judgment and the results being announced. So my dear ones, allow me to end the debate from here. Thank you so much.
Ibi bibategurira kuzitwara neza mu mashuri makuru na za kaminuza ndetse no mu kazi. Abanyeshuri batsindira ku manota yo hejuru ku buryo usanga Gabiro High School izi imbere mu yandi mashuri mu karere kose ndetse ikanagira n'umwanya mwiza mu rwego rw'igihugu. Abanyeshuri ba Gabiro High School batozwa kubaha Imana nk'ipfundo ry'uburere bwiza bibafasha mu buzima bwabo. Ibi bintu bituma bakura batinya icyaha n'igisa nacyo, bityo ikinyabupfura kikaturanga aho turi hose. Buri mwana bitewe n'impano afite arashyigikirwa, agakuza impano ye bigatuma agira ubuzima bwiza kuko roho nziza iba mu mubiri muzima. Amacumbi y'abana arangwa n'isuku nk'uko bigaragara muri bimwe mu byumba bararamo mubona.
Niyo mpamvu tugomba kwibatoza abarezi babana nabo. Abana b'abakobwa nabo barangwa n'isuku n'amasomo, gutsinda neza, disipurine nyinshi. Ni abana beza cyane rero. Idomo nayo niko ihora umurava nk'uko mubibona. Ni ibisanzwe n'ibya buri gihe, ntabwo ari iby'umunsi umwe. Nakuze cyane rwose.
Buri mwana atozwa kugira isuku, gusa neza no kutagira akajagari kariko kose yateza aho barara. Birumvikana rero ko umwana wiga muri Gabiro High School adatahana ubumenyi bwo mu ishuri gusa, ahubwo agenda azi byose bireba umuntu usobanutse mu buzima bwose. Abanyeshuri kandi bafite aho bavurirwa n'umuganga w'umunyamwuga.
Amazina yanjye yitwa Mbabazi Jessica, umuforomo w'umwuga.
Haba hari imiti y'indwara zitandukanye kandi n'uwagira indwara ikomeye ahita abona ubutabazi bwihuse. Byaba ngombwa tukamwohereza ku ivuriro rikuru uko naryo ritwegereye. Ubuzima bw'abana rero bwitabwaho cyane ku buryo bukomeye. Muri make rero y'iki kigo cya Gabiro High School, ikigo gifata abana neza kikabategurira ahazaza heza mu minsi iri imbere. Dufatanye kurera abana bacu neza.